Alan K. Stout, good morning.
Good morning, Frankie. How are you?
Big day today, 50th anniversary of something, folks of a certain age, we all remember Agnes hitting the Wyoming Valley. And you, as executive producer of this amazing documentary, first of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. On behalf of myself and the film team, Tim Novotny, Tony Brooks, Bob Savakinas, we all worked on this together, and we appreciate the support we've received from the community.
I think everybody is so anxious to see this. And first, before we get into where we can see it, because I know it's in great demand, in making this, I know it was a long project, and gathering pictures and video and all this stuff from 50 years ago must have been quite the chore. What did you learn about this as you look back on your own memories?
I think what I learned more about, and I think all of us did when we were working on the movie, was the heroism. You see the books and you see the destruction, and they're stunning. The photographs of the valley completely submerged in water, up to the second floor of homes. Some of the ranch houses pretty much completely underwater, and the post-flood photos of the destruction and the homes just knocked off their foundations. I'd seen those pictures my whole life, and I was aware of that, and I think we all are. But the deeper that you dug into the story of Agnes, the more you realized that the people were the story, not the river, that it was the gallant effort, the resiliency that was shown afterwards, and even prior to, with the sandbaggers and the 10,000 people showing up at the river at the most dangerous time after the valley was evacuated, trying to stop the river, the boat rescues, many that were done by civilians, just sent out by authorities, basically said, if you have a boat, go help people. And so there was this great heroism prior to the flood and immediately afterwards, during, and then afterwards, the resiliency of the people was just amazing, because there was no FEMA, there was no flood insurance, and these people were hit with something that no one in this country had ever been hit with before. There was nothing like it before in the history of the United States, and it happened right here in our community, and the people were the story. And I think that's what we learned the most, and that's what our film's about.
So well said. You're exactly right. And Agnes, this 90-minute full-length feature film, tell us about that. And I know it's being shown in the next, today, it's going to be shown next week. Are any tickets still available? Because I know it's in big demand.
Yes, tonight's show at the Kirby sold out rather quickly about 2 months ago, and so we added a second showing, which will be on next Wednesday, June 29th. There's a 1 o'clock showing, which we thought would be great for retirees and stay-at-home parents who might want to take their kids. Everyone's out of school now, so you could take your kid to see it at 1 o'clock. And then there's a 7:30 showing next Wednesday as well. Beyond that, we have a few possibilities that we're working on, but right now we're just trying to get through these Kirby shows, and there are still tickets available for next Wednesday at the Kirby Center.
And that's great. And I think part of this, too, is to teach, the next generation, like our children, about what happened back then. Because at some point, those with memories of Agnes will be gone. But you have now preserved it forever. And I think we all owe you a huge debt of gratitude.
Well, thank you, Frankie. And that is a big part of our plan, is to take the film out in the fall to schools. We want to take it out and show it to people, the younger people, so that they realize exactly what happened in their community.
So where can we find out more about the Agnes Flood documentary?
There's actually a website. It's agnes72.com.
Beautiful. Agnes72.com.
And there's a Facebook page, Agnes Flood Documentary Project. And we've been posting on that daily for the last couple of weeks, updating people on the film and just some of the milestones that, today was the day that the hurricane turned towards Pennsylvania. Today was the day that the hurricane formed off of Florida. And obviously today, on this very morning, on June 23rd, was the day that the Wyoming Valley was evacuated and the flood occurred. So it's a milestone anniversary this morning. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. The 50th anniversary of Agnes hitting the Wyoming Valley. 50 years, and I know I'm not alone when I say this, but I can still remember the smell after the flood of going into those houses and cleaning up. You'll never forget that.
There's a lot of mud in this movie, so you'll those memories that everybody has, they will be right on in front of you on the big screen. You'll find that your memories were accurate.
Absolutely. Alan K. Stout, the Agnes Flood Documentary Project, thank you so much for joining us today as we all remember Agnes 50 years ago.
Thank you, Frank.